Well, hello, travelers, wanderers, and pilgrims. Oh my gosh. I wrote about this on the video. So if you've already watched the video, it may be a little bit of a repeat, but you may be able to tell by my hair today. Oh my gosh. It started out like a wonderful day. Um, it was a logging road, and it took me out through this logging forest, and it was very serene and reminded me very much of walking and hiking in the Pacific Northwest, and lots of conifers and yeah, and patches where they had clear cut, and so I was like, wow, this is kind of nice, and it was up and down, which is fine. Um, and then, damn, that's all I'm gonna say. The path became very rocky. Now, not rocky as in little rocks, rocky as in every size rock you could think of on a path, like big ones and little ones. And so your footing was never stable. It's never stable footing. You either had to hop from big rock to big rock, and I know that you hikers and in long walkers know what I'm talking about, where that level of unevenness just tires you out. It's just up and down, and then there's just the up and down, and then you're going down and uneven and rocky and up and uneven and rocky, and add the mud. Uneven and rocky, muddy, uneven, rocky, up and down, up and down, up and down. There's a sheep. It's just like, wow. And then it got worse. Rocky, muddy, uneven, boggy, as in peat bogs, as in massive fields of peat bogs. And if you're not familiar with peat bogs survive in one environment: wet, and lots of it. Lots of wet, constant streams, constant areas where I'm having to walk from grass clump to grass clump, because if I didn't, I would put my foot in a foot and a half water, and or from there's this low scrub, kind of ground cover scrub brush, and having to walk on those, and everything's uneven. You don't, am I going to step into a hole? Am I not going to step into a hole? And I've got I got my trekking poles out, because this was absolutely trekking pole environment. It was crazy. The temperature was fine. It got up to about 39 or 40. But this kicked my butt. I'm so grateful that my calf settled down while I was on the logging roads. And I pushed the water today, so I think maybe that had a little bit to do with it. I had 2 bottles of water before I left, 2 bottles of water on the way, and I'm just about to drink 2 bottles of water again after my tea. But man, I can't tell you now. The gal in the pub downstairs assures me that that was the worst of the bogginess. But guys, this was a mental, physical battle that exhausted me. It exhausted me. There were sorry. There were moments, and you know what I'm talking about. There were moments. It really, it. Sorry. I think another layer was that it was highly isolated. There was nothing. No birds, no bird sounds, no car sounds, no highway noises, no airplane noises, nothing. No sheep lowing in the grass, nothing. It was just me and my footsteps and my very loud thinking. And sometimes it was really loud. Oh, gosh. But whew. Yeah, today got to me. I'm glad I'm here. Glad I'm okay. Glad I'm safe. Glad I'm warm. Grateful to have that sort of an opportunity to test myself, to see, it's terrain that admittedly, it's terrain I've never hiked on before. Just that boggy, it was constant. It just kept going. And then even on the hillsides and hilltops and it was everywhere. You couldn't, there was one point, this really got to me. There was one point where I had to cross a creek and then go over one of those fences. And so I climbed over the fence and I look before me and it's all bog. And there are sheep tracks everywhere. I kid you not, I lost the path. The Pennine Way had a marking, but you couldn't you couldn't tell where the path went. It literally disappeared. I had to. You'll see on the my footpath on the path. It literally. I'm kind of just trying to figure it out. I know where I need to go. So that I felt safe that way. I knew where I needed to go, but I couldn't find the path. I couldn't find it at all. I had lost it, and I thought, well, maybe it's over here. And I look at the map and I go, oh, okay, there I am. GPS. Thank the Lord for whoever created GPS and gave me an opportunity to download a map on my thing, and because I don't know how these people navigated this stuff 200 years ago. Or however long ago it was. I don't know how. I don't know how they navigated this stuff. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I got a cell phone with a downloaded map and I can see where my little spot is based on GPS and a 3-meter diameter and I lost the path. Just, fortunately I knew where I needed to go. I could see the rise that the path went over, and I had already, figured, okay, that's where I'm headed. And so I'm good with that. Thank the Lord. I know how to read topographic maps and I know how to navigate compass wise, but man, this was, whew. I am very grateful to have this opportunity. Being 59 years old and having done some things in my life, I've had the opportunity to do some pretty cool stuff, job-wise and otherwise. This is this is quite something. For the weary, I would not recommend doing this in the winter and spring or late fall. This is the Pennine Way is definitely a summer hike. But I'm so grateful for my Keens. Woohoo! My right foot did. I think I got a little bit of water in there, but otherwise, I stayed dry. It was a gator day for sure. I don't have gators, but I'm glad I have these rain pants. because walking through that low scrub, it's just constant water everywhere. Literally water was everywhere except from the sky down. I mean, it was a beautiful day, gorgeous day. Oh, by the way, somebody please tell whoever's in charge of the sun to move it from in front of me, because when you're walking and you just want to look up and see where you're going, and all you see is the sun in front of you, and you can't see the path because the sun is right in front of you. Oh my gosh. The challenges we face in this modern world, right? I'm walking along, and every time I look up, the path was literally facing the sun. And so the sun was in my face and who would ever want the sun to be turned off? I did today. I'm like, move that darn thing, please, because dang, I just want to look ahead. There's the sun and muddy paths and peat bogs and sun and muddy paths and peat bogs and sun and muddy paths and peat bogs. Oh my gosh. I'm going to close this out and post it. Thank you again for all of your encouragement. I appreciate you so much. And I'm going to take a long shower and have a cup of tea. So we'll talk to you soon. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're safe. I hope your hearts are filled with love and joy. And I look forward to chatting with you soon.